Welcome to Two Balls and a Mic, episode 126. This is Chiva right here next to Tony. As we're going to get started with Two Balls Underwood. Alan is just waiting for us on the next screen. We're going to talk about the big 5-0 goleada from San Diego Loyal. We're going to talk about Tony getting recognized by children after the game, and
Don't say that.
I completely got ignored. We're going to do some LigaMX preview. We're going to talk about Taylor Korniak getting her first goal for the U.S. women's national team. We're going to talk about meeting Raul. And Garrett Bell going to LAFC. Tony, how are you doing today?
I'm all right. So some people are gonna be jarring hearing you.
I fucking crushed that intro.
Yeah, you said I'm not going to cuss in the first couple of minutes, and the first thing you do is absolutely blow that. So we're gonna say hi to our good old buddy Alan. Alan, how are you doing?
What's up, Alan?
Great. How are you guys doing?
We're good.
It's another week.
Week 4 of 8-hour shifts in the sun.
My face is burnt.
Like,
so.
it's intense. Can't complain, I guess. You know, there's wild blizzards in other parts of the country.
Can we clap it up for Tony just getting a promotion at work? New beginnings at work for Tony Sanchez.
Is that a pay raise too, or just?
I don't think I'm allowed to technically say that.
You're not?
I don't know.
Why not?
I haven't signed anything, so we'll just, anything can happen from here to then. So
verbal agreements.
Tentative.
Yeah, but good shit.
Anyway, talking about sports and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
There was a game for San Diego Loyal here in San Diego. Home game, third home game in June. A little bit different. Would you consider that a day game? I think Landon had alluded to it being a day game. Like we struggle because he said we struggle in day games before, and so I like that today. We blah 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 blah.
I don't think it's a day
Oh,
game.
I think it was in reference to what the difference between that match and the Vegas match was.
Okay.
I think he was saying we struggle in day games because the Vegas match was
a day game.
A little bit different.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't consider this a day game. It was at 7 p.m. Yes, the sun was still out. It's summer, but by halftime,
happy summer solstice.
By halftime, it was already, the sun was going down.
Charge your crystals.
What? Crystals?
Charge your crystals. Do you charge crystals, Alan?
No, I am not at all.
Alan
is crystal free
in any way whatsoever.
Alan is crystal free since '93.
Since 82.
Let me talk real quick about Friday. Before we get to the game, real quick. Sorry, I know. Yeah. Landon Donovan was throwing the first pitch at the Padres game. I was at a Padres game, my fourth Padre game in person. The Padres have won 4 in a row. If you know me, I've said that I've gone to thousands, if hundreds, not thousands of Padre games, and I've only seen them win 4 times in my lifetime at some point. Now I'm 4-0. It's the craziest thing. Landon out there getting a Landon number 10 Padre jersey through a slider for a ball, and that's fun. That just happened before, just going chronologically. That happened before the big match. But, yeah, that's pretty cool seeing a Loyal, finally getting involved with the Padres. I don't know which way, who was too busy. I think it was, mostly the Padres being too busy for Loyal, not the other way around. But, anyway, it was good seeing that. Sorry.
That
game.
Yeah, game time. This was a very strong lineup for San Diego Loyal. Probably, I guess you could say, the strongest lineup they've had this season, maybe. Mm-hmm. And it was a little different, right, Alan? Where
Alan shook his head.
You kind of had a 3-line at back, and Nick Moon and Elijah Martin were playing on the same side, which was very different, but it kind of worked out. And Alan, you want to talk about that? What you saw out there for that lineup?
Yeah, it was probably the closest thing we've seen to a 3-man back line since kind of the early days of San Diego Loyal, when they were really running like legitimately 3 at the back. I think this was an interesting lineup. Now, Chief, I think you asked somebody about whether this was intentional, but I think Jack Metcalf picked up a little bit of a knock, and so it kind of changed how they wanted to play. But with that change, sometimes things are born out of beautiful accidents, and I think this kind of lineup shows the strength of that kind of 3-man system. Elijah Martin kind of playing that left center back, Adams in the middle and Stillman on the right center back. And we saw this kind of right at the very beginning with Greenspan, right? Greenspan played the middle,
Mm-hmm.
Stillman kind of played the right. So this was very much old school loyal with the three center backs. And I noticed it right away when I noticed that Nick Moon and Elijah Martin were floating back into kind of a four with
Yeah.
Elijah Martin kind of being a middle, like almost like a regular center back. I was like, this is weird. But I think it really kind of opened up some offensive opportunities with Elijah Martin and Nick Moon on the same side of the pitch because you weren't pulling Nick Moon from the right, he was on the left as kind of already instead of being like a wing back. He was just like a midfielder at that point. Now he did play some pretty nice defense, but that was a pretty unique lineup, and I thought it worked really well. Landon Donovan pointed out how it really pulled the Indy 11 defenders out of shape. John Morrissey, USL Tactics, also pointed this out as well. It really pulled the center backs wider than they wanted to be. So it was a really smart lineup, and I think it was really cohesive.
Now the thing is, will they repeat this lineup in the future? But we'll get to that, right? But
I'm trying to look at the highlights, but like the sun glare, like we always clown on like, oh, like this team and this team have terrible camera work and sun glare. Like, yeah, no, yeah, it's Vegas is one, but man, like this is tough. But yeah, it was a go for it. Sorry.
just Nick Moon on the left wing position is just a baller. Like he's, I think, one of the most important players that the team has right now, and it really showed in this game. And I think Landon also mentioned that how impressive was. He's probably one of his best performances in this game. And then Among is just a game changer for San Diego Loyal right now.
I agree. Definitely agree with that.
So this first goal, right, defensive mistakes, and we mentioned that you have to take advantage and close. By the first 30 minutes, this game was kind of pretty close back and forth. Like San Diego Loyal were dominating, but they really didn't have that clear chance, right? And you take advantage of defensive mistakes, you're going to end up scoring, and that's what happened in this Among goal. Defender just short pass. We've seen that many times, even in the top leagues in the world. It happens. And you got to take advantage of this. After this, the goalkeeper gets hurt as well.
Yeah, so actually he was already hurt at this point. So it looked like he had dislocated a finger.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like, we've seen that same, like, click move by the physio. Kobe got that in the game. Trey Muse got that in the game last season. He still finished the game. Not everybody could be Trey Muse and finish the game. So kudos to Trey or Kobe. So kudos to those two individuals. But yeah, so the goalkeeper here was already hurting. So, we were talking about, hey, start taking long range shots or something. But, it ended up happening where they didn't need to because, they scored immediately. And yeah, Among is probably, if not the most versatile, it's that X factor of Loyal along with Nick Moon. And Nick Moon doesn't get a lot of the credit. Do you agree with that, Alan? What do you think?
I think what Among brings to the team, like versus we asked Vassell about kind of his hold up play. I think what Among brings to the team is a much more like downhill running. Like he likes to play facing the goal, where Vassell is all right with his back to goal, and I think those two are really nice to play off of each other because you can play Among into space, and he's fast. Like he's fast and he's strong. So he will beat you to the ball, and if he doesn't beat you to the ball, it's like as a shoulder to shoulder. He'll push you off the ball and win it, and he did that again, almost mimicking a goal he scored early in the year where he muscles a guy off the ball and curls it into the corner. But it was kind of a slow kind of start for both teams. I think San Diego was kind of, hey, let's figure this out. It wasn't like there were a ton of chances early on, but I think this Thomas Among goal was really smart because he takes that touch and he kind of slows it down a little bit versus just tries to like chip the keeper or do something funky. He's really smart to take the moment to touch around the goalkeeper and just put a ball on frame, right? It's not like he's not trying to like kick it into the back of the net and break the goal. He's just trying to roll it into the back of the net. And I think this really changes the momentum of the entire game, right? At this point, Indy 11's holding kind of firm. Their defense is doing all right. San Diego's finding the spaces, but not really doing a ton with them. So this is exactly the goal that San Diego needed. Unfortunately, Meredith, right after this, kind of subs himself out, which is, you never want to see a guy get hurt and have to leave, right? But I think that was kind of the change in momentum a little bit, but it really wasn't until kind of the back half of the first half and into the second half that San Diego really started to turn it on.
Better performance from Jack Blake in this game, would you guys say?
Yeah, much better. I got kind of nervous with him, with there being an opportunity for a penalty and maybe him wanting to step up again. It's like,
I would have loved that, actually. I would have loved that, and he actually makes it. That would have been great.
Okay.
But then what if he misses again?
Had he stepped up, you would have been like, why is he doing this? What is this? What is
No, like I would have, but then on the other hand, it's like, oh, mis respetos, like, okay, this guy's he's ballsy with it. He's gonna get this done. He's down. I still think Charlie Adams should be taking the penalties.
Yeah, what's up with that?
After Kyle Vassell just launches it to the moon with his lefty and right before halftime.
To the Nick Moon.
Yeah.
No, I think it would be hard to find a player that really kind of had a bad game, right? Like even Carlton and Camden Riley and guys who came on late still performed pretty well. Fodry was actually pretty nice. Like we've been a little bit critical of him earlier, especially in the Open Cup, about not really playing well. Clearly the extra time in practice, his time with the academy team, has shown that he has some growth. I don't think there was a player who had like a stinker or had like a below average game. I thought everyone played pretty well. It was hard to pick out a guy who was like, meh. Like everyone, like Elijah Martin there's a reason why Solomon Asante started playing on the left because they wanted to get him away from Elijah Martin, but then that wasn't working. And Elijah Martin was like, oh, you're going to come over here? Here's my pocket. You can live in here again for another game. And he was incredibly appreciative of the compliments that he got after the game too. Like defensively, I thought that they did really well. There was like maybe one moment later on that Indy 11 probably should have scored, but I mean, I thought it was a really well played game throughout. You eliminated those two defensive mistakes from the Vegas game and essentially played maybe a little bit better offensively, and you have to be happy with this.
So this go for it.
No, you go ahead.
No, so I mean, talking about like how well this team is playing overall, like how much improved the chemistry is, and how everybody just individually contributes. Like even in the second goal, right? Like if you look at where the goal in the play starts, like it's in the midfield. Who starts it right there? Opens the play. You're gonna see how many players are involved. Individual, just je ne sais quoi from Moon there, like just those starting
He just
stops.
takes a space. If you give him space, he's going to take it.
Offloads it over to the side, tries to cross it, doesn't happen. Vassell turns. Like your key players are touching the ball in key spaces and key areas and are making the plays that they should. And so that's really good because this is what San Diego Loyal was doing in the beginning of the year. And this is where like you can kind of get away. Like if this game, you always score 5 goals at least. You might give up a goal or two, but it's good that you got a clean sheet, right? And usually other teams, they'll get a goal or two back, but you're still 5 ahead. So if the offense is going to crush the opposition that way, then let it be, because I don't see how that defensive line improves unless some loan comes in or unless somebody really steps up. And it's gonna be hard.
And that clean sheet gives the defense and Koke a confidence boost as well, right? I think it's
back,
Koke's first clean sheet with the team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So that's just a confidence boost. And then we have this penalty, right? On Nick Moon, you have Kyle Vassell. We all know what happens. He just blasts it. And, I mean, a little weird why he's shooting with his left. Maybe he just wants to... I don't know, man. Like, why?
Wanted a golden sombrero, or he scores with the left, right, and then the header at some point.
Maybe. San Diego Loyal has missed how many of their last 6 penalties? Was it 4 of their last 6, I think? Virtual stat man said.
Kyle Vassell has missed 4 of his last 6 penalties.
That's
because I think Andrew Carlton has one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So just, I
But-
mean, but then he shows us that he can shoot with the left, as he has before, and
Yeah.
scores a banger.
Put
Like,
Guido on penalty, says Danny Collins.
I think if anything
Missed our
other than
last 3
Guido, it
penalties.
just give it to Charlie Adams. Charlie Adams hasn't missed from the spot, so
Ooh,
I
hot
would-
take. I mean, good take, hot take, but Boxall has been so disappointing.
And I've been on Nick Duffy's ass about this, right? Because he told me at the beginning of the season, Boxall is better than Josh Yotto. And I said, yikes, that is a bold statement. I asked him again, I was like, so how's that? He's like, yeah, no, that whoever said that is an idiot. No shade thrown at Boxall. He's a great player, but it hasn't been coming his way. Kyle Adams has honestly been better at the position than Boxall has.
Yeah, agreed.
But let's keep going with the game, right? Kyle Vassell just scores a beautiful goal with his left foot. And at halftime, we were kind of worried, like, hey, like, Loyal's been here before, and
2-0.
like, it could happen. And I think I told you, not this game. This game just, I feel like this is the game where we do get that really confident win and dominant win, right?
Torero felt different than it did a week ago during that day game in all aspects. Like, the stadium might not have been as full as the team may say, but it was louder. And it felt better. The the north end side, the non-loyal, the non-locals, the non-chavos got into the "We Are" chants more than they did. Like, the Section 109 was rocking a little bit more.
I think for the
than last
locals and
time.
chavos and 109, just I think it works out better for them when it's not a day game, just because it's so hot. It can be so draining.
Yeah.
I think that I don't know if anyone from the locals or chavos in the chat.
I mean, there was a little bit of uneasiness, right? It was like 3-0 would feel better than 2-0.
Yeah.
Like, there was still a little bit of uneasiness at the end of that first half. And, I said 2-0 is better than 1-0. But I think when you think about the history of this team, like, 2-0 makes you a little bit nervous because, one goal turns into 2 goals, and all of a sudden you're like, now it's 2-2 and you're drawing. But I think the way the game was going, 2-0 felt okay, but not like great. And especially the way the second half started, it was a little bit nervy, and he had like that free kick. It's like, this is not how you want to start the second half. But
so instead of talking trash talking the goalkeeper before the match this week, yelled compliments at him. Reverse psychology, says Adrian Papichavo. From Section 109. So it worked. You psyched him out so much, you broke his hand with positivity. So keep it going. I mean,
broke his hand.
There's no other reason why that happened. But it's important to see like what kinds of goals San Diego Loyal was getting, because it's not just like that offensive prowess that they have in building up a good play. It's that high press. It's that defensive, the taking advantage of the mistakes.
And the thing is, this team is very deep roster wise when it comes to its offense, right? If you're able to put in Tumi Moshibani coming off the bench, it just shows the dominance that the team can have, right? And he proved it coming in. You have AC that's coming in and just still, I feel like he still has a lot to prove. Potential is up there. Like, he could be better than what he's
like. He should have more goals than he actually has right now.
Absolutely,
because he's had the chances. He's had the looks.
So far, I feel like he hasn't really proven why get him, why he should be in the team.
Yeah.
But that's a different story, right? But what I'm going at here is the bench is really stacked, and again, like, you have Conway also coming in who can make an impact in any other given game. He's done it against Phoenix. He can do it here. He can do it literally against any other USL team. So it's looking good. They just maybe need to get someone from loan that's going to stay the rest of the season to help that back line.
Oh, man. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think the offense is the reason why San Diego is losing games or drawing games. Yeah, it was it did feel a little bit more energetic, a little bit less nervy, a little bit less tired. But I think also when your team scores 5 goals, well, technically 4, and then technically 3, and then an own goal, and then
An offsides
a
goal.
questionable goal at the end. I think it just adds to the excitement, and especially in that second half, there was a couple moments where Indy 11 had some nice moments, and then San Diego was like, no, we're shutting this down.
I think you're overcompensating for me calling you a homer to your face when you were sitting across the sea here last week. No, that was an offside.
I am a little bit of a homer, but that last goal was definitely offside. Like, it doesn't matter which direction the ball goes. The guy kicks it. Tumi Moshibani is off of the pitch, which technically means he's on the goal line, right, on the touch line. He's ahead of the play, and I think Indy 11 has a little bit of a beef with it, but also, like, you let him dribble back across and just get a pretty easy goal. Like, play to the whistle, right? Like, there was a couple guys who turned off because, like, oh, it's offside. It's like, no, drop your hand, clear the ball, and then yell at the officials. Like, don't give up an easy goal like that. So, yeah, Conway is dribbling down. Toomey makes a nice diagonal run and then is off the pitch. This is when the ball is played. Toomey is in front of the ball, in front of every defender.
Well, that defender deliberately played the ball, Alan.
I disagree.
I mean,
no
he went for the block and the kick. He went for the block as the defender does, and it rebounded off him. That's his fault. He should have let that pass go through.
Oh, Lordy.
Part of watching these games down on the field for us, it's a lot of fun just because Tony and I like to mess with Alan a lot. And
a lot.
Especially this last game. Just
it's annoying.
I think the team.
I mean, that is a great strike. That is an amazing strike, and Toomey deserves to have a goal.
And you're trying to take that away from him.
Why, Alan?
Well,
I'm not trying to take.
What did Toomey do to
him.
you, man? What do you do?
Are you the teacher
Nothing.
that says turning your phones into this basket before class?
Are you that teacher, Alan?
No, I'm. No, it's Can you guys
No.
please put your phone away? No, not like that. In your backpack, please.
Oh,
That's what I say.
You should be
Because they try to put it like behind them or in their pocket. And I'm like, no, you're just gonna get that phone out in 5 more minutes. Can you put it in your backpack, please?
Put it away.
Alan, this is what you got to tell you. I can't take it away if I don't see it, and then you kind of like, get what I'm saying?
Well, we don't take phones anymore. That's
illegal.
That's not something we do.
Of course. But yeah, I think the team forgot to close off like one of the corner like walls, right? And then Alan wanted to do it, and we told you, hey, no, don't do that. We can get in trouble.
We could.
And then a staff comes over and does it, and I just say, we were gonna help, but then Alan just said not to.
I like how you called the president of the team a staff.
Can we? I don't know, dude. I gotta be careful.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Gotta be careful.
A staff.
Yeah, Ricardo.
I was gonna say the Ricardo Campos, but Ohio State might sue me.
Oh, because Ohio State worries about what 2 balls in a mic says. But yeah, then Alan just gets in trouble because he didn't help out. So it's a lot of fun down on the field.
But yeah, so I mean, a good fun experience, fun game, fun day out. A lot of smiles to be had. We'll have cool angles of all this action with Cavasel being another team of the a player of the match recipient has another growler. Apparently, he keeps him, and he has him as his inspiration. He told us pretty much on the mantelpiece, and
they're pretty much empty because he like dumps the whole thing on him. I think was it Travis that said that beer in it is actually pretty pricey. And
he actually hates that they do that, but it is what it is. But I think I prefer my striker doing that than drinking half of it and then going on to the match day live after and then taking more Buena Veses and just walking away. It's cool.
Yeah, okay.
I like the Kyle.
For those of you, for those of you who don't know, he's talking about Corey Herzog.
Yeah,
he would legit just drink beer after every game.
Speaking of Corey Herzog, at work I encountered somebody, a stakeholder, as we call them, who's actually a young athlete here in the South Bay, who was coached by one Corey Herzog. I was like, oh wow! And then what happened with him? It's like, I don't know. Yeah, Coach Corey just he guess he went to Florida. I was like, yes, he did.
Vacation.
Yes, he did. He's now being coached by Jack Blake, which is pretty cool, Alan. Like we were talking about a little bit before, like these players, like you can legitimately get coached by San Diego loyal players. Like if you're listening to this, you have a child, you have a cousin, you have somebody, like you can contact Alejandro Guido. I know he does it.
Who would you choose?
Well, I mean, Austin. Just because.
Well, I mean, if goalkeeper.
Yeah, just because it's goalkeeper.
Actually,
no. If I could,
okay. Yeah,
Oh,
but
hey.
if it's a player,
Yeah, Chiva, who you choosing? Chiva, you have anyone on the team you want to train you in soccer,
like
or
for
football?
a specific. Okay, can I go by specific position? Like,
who would you guys want in the chat too? That's pretty cool.
If I were to be learning about like being a defender, honestly, I would probably go with Elijah Martin, just because he's young, he understands the modern game more. If I wanted to go with center mid or like midfield, I honestly would go with Colin Martin. What?
Corey died on his way to his home planet. That's a Poochie reference from The Simpsons. I'm sorry. It's a really good reference.
Colin Martin, and then for attacking or striker, I would say, I guess Kyle Vassell. Right. I mean, you kind of have to get the top scorer in the team to be your coach. Who'd you get, Alan?
Like you get to learn soccer. Like
Nate,
for you, it's different.
Nate Miller.
Player.
Like no, we're not gonna play. We're not gonna kick a ball. We're gonna sit here and we're gonna talk tactics.
We're gonna read about soccer.
We're gonna guys. We're gonna read. I don't have my glasses. I went to the eye doctor the other day and dropped off my glasses.
I like how you were halfway to saying what the actual name of that doctor was, but then you just like bailed out halfway and saying
it was like
doctor.
I think it's called Envision. It's in Hillcrest.
What's that? What's that doctor?
Like my therapist is in Hillcrest. Well, one of them is eye doctor's in Hillcrest.
Eye doctor.
Eye doctor.
It's a little bit bougie. I don't know. It's
the optometrist.
My wife found it. She used to work around the corner, and then it's like, you have all my information. I don't want to go to a new place. I haven't seen you since 2018. As far as like, I think it would be Colin Martin or Charlie Adams, one of those two, because I think they see the field like from a position that I would like enjoy learning from. Because like scoring goals, sure, like that's all fun and all, but I think like how they both see the game and organize the game and be that catalyst from back to front, like that to me is always super interesting. Like that defensive mid, the midfielder, the center backs, like those positions to me are always the most fascinating because I think they see the game in a unique way. I think goalies also see the game in a very unique way. I just, and to be fair, like real training, like if this was like real life training, I'd pick a goalkeeper because I was like, I don't want to run that much. So like, teach me how to see the game.
So
teach me how to organize the back line.
Tony can vouch
teach me how to make some diving stops.
Goalkeeper
but
training.
Ultimately, like I think those are the three. I would do Koke or Charlie Adams or Colin Martin, like one of those three.
Goalkeeper training is no joke because that shit will tire you out. Because it's a lot of
but it's
get
not
up,
like,
down,
hey, go
dive.
run 14 laps. Like it's gonna be exhausting, but it's not like just running. You know what I mean?
But I think it's less tiring than dive down, get up, jump here. Damn that! I feel like running 14 laps is less tiring.
To train you for a day, Alan. Like just a couple drills.
Let's make that video happen.
Alan.
Are you down, Alan?
Sure, I'm gonna have to bring like a puke bucket. I think.
No, for sure. Oh,
we're all gonna puke. Yeah, no, it's gonna be great. Yeah, we should do that. I'm down. I won't. How old are you, Alan?
We'll go to USD. They have.
How old are you, Alan? How good is your health insurance?
I am 40 and I have pretty good health insurance.
Oh man. Because again, I don't want you to be like that Tom Segura video where he's just playing basketball,
you're gonna
goes
get
for a
health insurance
layup and snaps all of himself. Like because those things, like I think about that now. Like I think about that more than ever. Just like at the San Diego Soccer's game, like I'm scared. Like I'm just gonna pull up and like tear my other knee mid San Diego Soccer's halftime match. Like it's scary.
I mean,
you should play in that next year, Alan.
I mean, I would love to, and I would definitely play defense because defense means you don't have to run as much.
Not like if you're in front of me. I will shove you.
If you know what you're doing, you're right.
But not as much. And if Sal Zizzo makes me look silly. I'm like, well, he's a professional soccer player. He should.
I
he's
can
retired.
vouch. I can vouch for that. He fucking
Like,
cracked
I would
on
bring
me.
out like a cape and just do like a Toro thing and let him run by me. So it's like a joke, but it's also like he's gonna get by me anyway.
So we have procrastinating Puma saying, I would get Vassell. I feel like Vassell would get my fat ass at least to at least try. Guy just brings in energy. Not like I would learn, but like it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he talks about like how bulked up he needs to be, right? In that interview with Darren.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he's like, everyone in my family's skinny. That's my Kyle Vassell accent. He's also super humble. Like they literally asked about the 2 goals and the missed penalty kick, and he was willing to at least talk about the missed penalty kick.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
I
let's
just-
not
He
talk
was
about that.
straight up about it.
I would be more inclined to talk about a miss in a 5-0 win with a brace.
Correct.
You know,
Correct.
ask him ask him about that LA penalty miss.
No.
You know,
Oof.
right?
Nope.
Hey,
I have
hey,
all my teeth still.
hey,
I'm
Kyle. Historically, where does this rank compared to your past missed penalties this season?
Where does this rank? Oh man.
I will have none of that. I will. Nope. Yep. Nope.
Part of the game experience, gentlemen, is the walk back and the people we get to talk to after a game, right? And just having conversations with great friends from supporter
community.
sections,
The community, like
fans.
we are San Diego's #1 soccer podcast, and there's absolutely no denying that. No question. Alan, you're part of it. You saw the buttons getting pushed. What did you think? I mean, you were in the place of Chiva in that chair.
Yeah.
What was that?
I really enjoyed it. Like most of the podcasts I'm on are like this, where it's like me in one room and another person in another room. Like being across from the person, I think that there's a little bit of it's what podcasting probably should be. Like when we did our thing live for the last game, like that was really fun because it's like you can really feel the energy and like make eye contact. And no, I enjoyed it a lot. It was fun getting to see kind of the magic behind the camera. But
it's a lot of buttons.
I had a good time.
It's a lot of buttons.
I'm a little bit jealous of Chiva, and I am not jealous of you, Tony, because you have to push all those buttons. I was like, he's like, you want to do it? I was like, no,
push
I'm gonna
those
mess it up.
buttons. He enjoys it. I've asked, hey, like, we can switch, and he's like, nah, I got
the
it.
flow would be
I
so
got it.
clunky. Like I
got
would
it.
like be like, what are you doing?
So
Like, what's
if you
going
don't
on?
know, Tony's a control freak. He needs to be in control for things to go the way he wants them to go, or he has trust issues. He can't trust people.
Jesus Christ.
And that's why
Hey.
this is facing him, because he's like that, and that's okay. Again,
And Tony,
I'm
how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel attacked. It makes me feel vulnerable. It makes me feel like at the end of the day, you have
And
some
no, and
real
this is
feelings
why
that-
you
I mean-
get the
I mean-
recognition you deserve.
Having to be in charge. Yeah, you get like called out on like the sidewalk for being
So-
2 balls
Yeah.
in a mic.
So,
when
actually, that's
Chiva and me are both there.
We
and they're
were-
like, we don't want to talk to him.
So this is what happened, guys. We're on our way to the parking lot. We're gonna meet the boy, Papi Chavo, Adrian,
boy.
who was gonna give us our awesome San Diego Waste shirt.
Yeah, you don't know
Super
us.
sick. San
None of
Diego
us.
Waste. Thank you, Adrian, for that. Shout out to you. And while we're there, just chatting up with friends, some people come up
Mute
to
him,
Tony and say, "Hey, you're 2 balls in a mic.
Yeah.
And can we get a picture,
It
bro?"
just came off the woodwork out of nowhere, like just some young kids just starstruck.
And I just said, I'm on the show too.
No, I pointed to him like he's right. Like, hey, no, like he's in the show. Like that's the other ball. Like, and like could give no shits. Like,
And I told you, if you guys have seen Endgame on the scene in the restaurant where
think I will.
Ant-Man is with Hulk and the kids go up to Hulk, "Hey, Hulk, can we get a picture?" And he says, "Oh, hey, do you guys want a picture with me? I'm Ant-Man." And they're like, "No, like, F you, we don't care."
yeah, well,
That's how I felt. I had an Ant-Man moment, and Tony's the famous one, and he's the one with the fans, and I'm completely okay with it as long as I still get to go to the World Cup.
it was fun. It was absolutely fun, and the fact that everybody saw it, and like I
You
can't
felt
make it up.
Yeah, like,
I felt bad. Like I felt bad.
No,
like,
you didn't.
Not for you, for Alan.
No, you didn't.
For
No,
Alan.
this tells me. Oh, I love that. I love that they didn't recognize you and Alan. Ha 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 ha.
Not Alan.
He said that, Alan.
I didn't say that.
Les valió madre los morros, dijo el Sammy. Yeah, dude.
Oh,
those
Sam
kids
was
did
there
not
too.
do-
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it's not. It's you can't miss this ginormous 6-foot monster with the beard and like at a loyal game. Like
So
you stand out.
Actually, like
6 foot monster.
Ow.
Wow. I have
Um,
nothing but love to give to people. I'm not a monster.
no, actually, at the Padres game, so we went in trying to sneak in a very dangerous item, a see-through, and my girlfriend and I, see-through Amazon backpack. You know, like the ones that you can take inside stadiums and stuff. They're like, no, that's too big. You got to take it back. And so we went back, and I like stuck it down my pants just to see if it would work. And I guess it just still beeps. Anyway, while we were trying to figure out if we were going to stuff it down my pants or pay for $12 for a locker for a clear see-through backpack or just stash it in the bag, there's like 3 dudes just like smoking weed under the bridge, like next to the cops. And so they just look over and they're like, hey. I was like, oh, I recognize you. And he's like, oh, like my high school, like pa. Like, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, good, dude. Like this and that. And then he looks at my girlfriend, and then he's like, oh, you're here. Blah, blah, blah. And then she was like, how did he recognize you? Like, I've never hung out with him. I never talked with him. How did he recognize you? I've known him since kindergarten. I was just like, I don't know what to tell you. So,
Man.
people recognize this mug for some strange reason. Anyway,
Again, 6-foot
6 foot
bearded
7 foot
monster.
X.
Like you can't miss him. Someone said I gotta up my shirt game. I guess. I mean, I guess so.
If you want to listen to official sources of a soccer team talking to a baseball player, go for it.
That's
Shout
how
out
they
you
got that
guys.
connection. Landon was pitching, and they had to give him a favor back.
Of course. San Diego Loyal do not travel. They stay here at home for yet another June game against Orange County. Orange County, who is not, still, if it was Chelsea, as the current defending undisputed champions, Orange County. But still, they still have that. They're gilded gold, at least for now, but they're not doing so well.
Yeah,
That is correct. They are not doing so well.
I just want to meet Cuba Torres.
Which would be fun, right? Orange County is averaging a little bit over than half a point per game on the road.
It's pretty good.
They have a couple of decent players on their team. Milana Lasky probably will be getting some looks relatively soon. I think he's kind of maybe their next big guy as far as moving him along. He's kind of filling in a little bit for the Ronaldo Damas role. Obviously, Eric Torres is another name that people know
The Kubo
pretty well. Yes, otherwise known as Kubo Torres. He's been doing pretty well as of late as well. He has scored in 2 straight games. So he is doing pretty well. Milana Lasky had 2 goals. So it was like Milan scored twice and Kubo scored once against Loudon when they won 3-1. But Orange County's not doing too hot. Some of it boils down to some injuries. Some of it boils down to some guys leaving. They had a huge turnover between the championship winning team and the team they're kind of fielding right now. If San Diego wins, it'll be the first time that Landon Donovan beats Richard Chaplow as the manager. But this is the first time that they faced Orange County. They'll probably be up against Rakowski. They gave him a week off, or a game off last week. He'll probably be back. You look at Milana Lasky, Eric Torres, Osundina. It's kind of one of their younger guys who just kind of got a look last game and played pretty well. Some other names: Tony Rocha, played with NYFC when they went to MLS. Kind of a bench player. So they have some talent on the pitch. They're just not really putting it together as a team right now. So they haven't been doing well. Their win against Loudon stopped a 4-game losing streak, like legitimate, like losing. And prior to that, they had not won since May 13th. So they've been a pretty bad run of form. But just like we've seen with other teams, is you can't play down to them. San Diego has got to play the same way they played against Indy 11, and I think they'll have they won't have a huge problem. But just like against Vegas, if Milan Olaski and Eric Torres, Kubo Torres has been pretty good on set pieces as well. And with where is his name? If Miko Kaningas can be healthy, which he wasn't in the 18 last time, but if he can get back on the pitch, if he's healthy again, there is some danger there, especially in set pieces, which has not been super great for San Diego defending some of these set pieces. But you got to look out for Milan Olaski and Kubo Torres. Those are kind of the guys.
So wait, they have
not
two
necessarily
Iloskis?
like forwards like a Cal Jennings and a Danny Trejo. But I would put them as kind of a similar type of player where Milan Olaski can put the team on his back and get a goal or two. And that has to worry San Diego a little bit. But if they can clean up the defense against, like they did against Indy 11, I think Orange County is going to have a tough time coming into San Diego and getting anything out of it, especially on the road. I think Orange County's been a little bit better at home and not great on the road, which is a little bit different than last year. Last year they were pretty decent on the road. But on the road this year, they're again 0.63 points per game, 8 games, 5 points.
So pretty much what I'm hearing from you, Alan, is that San Diego Loyola are somehow gonna f this up and tie against Orange County.
I mean, I think we've seen what San Diego can do when they play their best. We've also seen San Diego when they don't play their best or they play kind of down to their competition. You just have to hope that they're riding the high from Saturday night and say, this is the standard that we're setting for the team, and we don't want any games less than the standard. Now, 80 minutes of last Saturday's game were amazing. So maybe they don't reach that level, but I think San Diego has multiple goals in them. The thing that I worry about with San Diego is not the offense, but the defense. And I would like to see another game like Saturday where they limit chances to like maybe 1 or 2 chances in the game. I think that's what I'm looking for in this game. More than the offensive output is, can the defense be solid against a couple of really good offensive players in Osunita, Kubo Torres, and Milan Olaski.
Yeah, some people are asking or mentioning that they're locals, they're Loskis. Yeah, they're based out of Escondido, born there. It's pretty cool when you get to play with. I'm assuming they're siblings, right? Am I wrong? They're both born in Escondido. Alan, can you confirm?
Brian and Milan Olaski, yeah, they're. Okay. Brian's been out injured, and that's been a huge impact on Orange County. Like Brian Olaski is also really good player, which has been one of their big losses this year for injuries. But yeah, I think there's 3 of them. I think there's 3 Olaski brothers, and Brian played last year, and then they signed Milan in the offseason this year. But Milan's having a phenomenal season, and he is a great talent. But yes, they're both of those are brothers, and they both play for Orange County.
So, if you're Landon Donovan or Nate Miller, do you repeat the same lineup if everyone's healthy and you feel like you can just repeat the lineup? Do you guys do that or no?
I feel like they're gonna look at stats, and they're gonna be like, I think we could do key rotation here and there, like give somebody some rest. Maybe that's why you sat him on early, very, very early. He only played 1/2 of that game. Or maybe that's why you warm up Moshabani, right? Like Moshabani historically does pretty well against Orange County. So maybe you want to get some, gain some real-time minutes in there and then throw him in the starting lineup, give him a look with Vassell. I mean, that's not a bad pairing itself, but I don't know. Like, I don't think we're going to see the exact same lineup, but I do think we're going to see a couple of players being rotated in. Maybe Jack Metcalf comes back. He was supposed to play this last Saturday, as you guys mentioned, but I don't think it'll be the same lineup.
So maybe Metcalf. We'll still see. They have to see Nick Moon in the starting lineup. Maybe Jack Blake gets some rest. You throw in Tumi Moshivani maybe on the wing. You still start Amang and Cavasel. What would be the strongest lineup Sandiolo can put on the field right now for you guys?
Last Saturday.
Last Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also think something to keep in mind is you have this rescheduled game versus Colorado on the 18th.
Yeah.
And so now you have Colorado the 4th, 9th, and then you have a little bit of time off. So you have kind of this like weird schedule and then some time off and then the 18th, 23rd. So like I think maybe you rotate a little bit for Orange County and then go heavy like this kind of lineup what we saw last Saturday against Colorado. And then Los Dos, I think you also want to put a really strong lineup on the pitch because they like to play Los Dos. And then you have a little bit of time, right, till the 18th. So I think you want to keep in mind this idea of not wanting to run your guys into the ground halfway through the season. Guys, and think about maybe giving Alejandro Guido a breather. Maybe bring him in as a sub, starting Tumi Moshobane, start Evan Conway. Maybe Boxel gets a look this week.
Maybe not. Okay.
Or maybe Camden Riley gets
Yeah.
a look. He's been kind of a sub. And so I think there's some guys that you can put on early to save some legs because we're going to get into the middle of summer with some travel, with playing at altitude against Colorado, a quicker turnaround against RGV. So I think there's some things to consider with this Orange County, knowing that there's not a lot of time to recover, but then you have more time for that Monday game on the 4th against Colorado Springs.
But I don't like, we know, at least for this season, when San Diego Loyal have a lot of games, at least consecutively, they perform better and they have managed to just play great. And then they get a break, say 8 to 10 days break, and then they end up losing the next game or just not playing where they should be. So hopefully that's not the case, right? From that break from Galaxy Los Dos against a home game against Colorado. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But
I mean, that might be beneficial for them because in the previous iteration of the season, it was kind of 2 weeks off, right?
Yeah.
It was 9th to the 23rd. So maybe having that Colorado game at home is something that keeps San Diego on track to keep that momentum going if they can put together a bunch of home wins.
hopefully.
Either way, I don't think there's any excuse for San Diego Loyal to be losing or not or getting as many points as they can at this point. Everybody's healthy. The chemistry seems to be there. Like they seem to be firing on all cylinders. So I think the worst enemy at this point would be San Diego Loyal itself to themselves. Just tripping themselves, just those silly defensive mistakes that you ended up cleaning up. Landon called it elite defending. He called it elite defending, what we saw here against Indy 11. So if we can replicate that and throw Jack Metcalf in there or whoever it is that they think is best, then okay,
Yeah.
let's go. But there's no excuses at this point. No key injuries. Koke looks great. Everybody looks great out there. So
Match predictions?
2-0. I want another clean sheet.
And the back-to-back clean sheets. Whoa.
Back-to-back clean sheets, 2-0. It's not going to be easy, though. This game is not going to be easy. Something's going to happen where it's going to be a tight game. It's just not going to be as smooth. Orange County's going to play up, maybe. That's another another way of seeing it, right? Like San Diego Loyal plays down, but what if Orange County play up?
What does it mean if San Diego Loyal just have another dominant win and win like 4-1 or something like that?
Naysayers will be like, well, look at their position. They're 14th. But either way, important points. Alan, what do you think the score is going to be for this Wednesday game?
I mean, I think we're all going to win because there's a halftime concert with Kaylee
From
Wassman
Pepper.
and Shane Hall, apparently. So
Bro.
that's what I'm most excited about. I can see like a 3-1. I think
Culture.
You took my prediction.
I think 3-0 might be like an ideal for this game. If you can keep Milano Lasky and Kubo Torres off of the scoring sheet. That would be ideal. San Diego, Orange County plays Phoenix at the weekend. So they played Saturday. They're going to play again Wednesday, and then at Phoenix on Saturday. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of lineup Orange County runs out, knowing that they have Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday. Both road games at San Diego, at Phoenix. Maybe they think they can get something at Phoenix, and maybe I don't know. So I think 3-0 is ideal, but I think 3-1 is probably more accurate.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 2-1 win from San Diego Loyal. I agree. It's gonna be a close game, so I'm gonna go with a 2-1 win.
That's good. I mean, they should be winning these games, and
these are the games you can't drop points, but these are the games that they do drop points in.
Yeah.
So I could also be in a tie. Maybe I don't know. I hope they win. I'm going 2-1 win.
Yeah, Orange County right now, 8 games played on the road, 5 points, 1 win, 2 draws, 5 losses, 8 goals scored, 16 goals allowed.
Yeah.
So I mean, Red Bulls had 1 win in the whole season.
Yeah, but Orange County isn't going to get MLS quality players loaned down. I mean, they got some new signings, so we'll see if they show up, and that might be a little bit of an X factor. But
love it.
I mean, we'll see. Hopefully they get that win. Hopefully they keep playing great.
619 Soccer is like, who are they trying to attract with that halftime show? People like us who go to X Fests, watch some 311.
I'm with you, dude. I have no idea who they are.
Love Me.
Soccer, don't worry.
Do you know who The Offspring is?
No, absolutely not.
That's so wild. Like, that's such a huge band for you not to know. Like if I say Nickelback, you know of Nickelback.
Sure.
No. Even like through memes? Creed,
like from The Office. Like I have no idea what you're talking about.
But you know Kansas.
Yeah, I know Kansas.
You know how that makes no sense.
Because I like Dust in the Wind,
sense.
and I performed Dust in the Wind in high school, like in my solo concert for my guitar performance.
Can you do that right now?
Dust in the Wind?
Yeah.
Probably.
Do it.
Just my thumb
Do it.
fucking hurts.
Do it for the culture.
Is it too?
It probably is not. But
I can bust out my guitar. I'll play the intro for him.
play the. Oh, you'll play. Oh, that's right. Ooh. Oh, he's blowing his guitar. All right, Chiva. So you guys want a halftime performance? All right. Are you really gonna tune it? You can't tune it by ear.
You can't tune it by ear, bro.
I can tune by ear, bro.
55545.
55455 like 5. I fucked it up. Sorry.
While he tunes his guitar, one of my favorite comedians, kind of an not underground, but not super popular, Stephen Brody Stevens. He had a bit about Nickelback. He's like, hey guys,
what do you mean underground? God bless, Godspeed to
I
Brody.
mean, a lot of people don't like Stephen Brody Stevens, but I think he's freaking hilarious. And he was like, Nick, there's a there's a Nickelback jacket in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's in Lost and Found, so if anyone's missing it, that's where you can pick it up.
They want you to sing, Tony.
No, this is all you. All right, so that's not. You have a real music teacher like listening into you playing.
I can't hear anything.
No, I'm going too fast, but
All right, well,
it's like riding a bike.
Sure, if you like fell down that bike like 5 times.
Well, I've never fell off my bike yet, so.
Chiva playing Dust in the Wind, Joe Biden riding a bicycle, same thing.
Papi Chavo wants Freebird. Here you go.
What can Freebird? What can you bust on? What can you bust on the guitar right now? Bust on something on the guitar. When we had Stephen Woods, we both did a duet of Everlong.
Because that's the one song you know.
Because that's the one song I know. It's like, yeah. Anyway,
my guitar's in the other room.
Yeah, I don't want to show off my.
I don't want to make Chiva feel bad. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I appreciate it. I
I
already
love
felt.
Chiva, so
I
I'm not gonna.
I already felt so bad after the game. So.
Hey, are you 2 balls in a mic?
It made me,
Yes,
guys. It
I
made
am
me
2
think
balls in
of my future here at 2 balls on a mic, whether I want to keep this up, you know. So if you see me in public, just say, "Hey, are you from 2 balls?" Just to feed my ego and make me feel better. I would really appreciate it.
To the Talk About It podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Take your talents.
Cap.
Take your talents over to
join Off the Woodwork
Fair Weather podcast.
Oh,
shout out Fair Weather podcast.
Shout out to all the podcasts
all of them
that are still around.
All of them. Well, we are the number one. There's no question in my mind. But yeah, so we're gonna be out there on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
We?
Wednesday.
Are you gonna be out there?
I have a game, so I'll let you. I'll make the decision tomorrow
Okay.
whether I'm going or not.
You're gonna be there, Alan?
Yeah, of course.
Sweet. Well, we'll see.
I almost bought a polo shirt that had oranges on it to wear to the game, and I was like, oh, people are gonna like read into that the wrong way, so I didn't buy it.
Well, you are gonna have to wear an orange vest down there.
I will.
Anyways, so.
Or I can wear it like I did, where it was like very dramatic over the shoulders.
Yeah, that
Very
shawl.
fashionable.
That was actually
some pictures beautiful. Of you wearing that. So
yeah, I'll be there. It should be fun. The games are always fun. Like if you guys are there, I enjoy very much our time together.
Oh,
I gotta decide. I have a game, and
he just said something very like sentimental. Like, yeah, I'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Whatever.
Watch professional soccer. Play myself.
Play yourself.
Like play soccer myself.
Oh.
Oh, bro, I get down with Dragon Force. What do you mean? You know he doesn't know Metallica, Alan?
That's okay. Metallica sucks.
Thank you, Alan.
Wow. Well, sounds like you're this is your stop, Alan. Choo choo.
Wait, Alan, you're cutting up.
I have to the thing.
You're muted the whole time.
I just want to leave with this. Tonight, well, technically early tomorrow morning, is the anniversary of the beginning of the Stonewall riots, which started the Pride Parade / riots. Early June 28, 1969, Stonewall Inn was raided by police, which led to the Stonewall riots, which led to the start of the gay liberation movement, which we now call Pride.
Oh, wow.
So happy Pride to everybody. And I know we have one more game in June for us to donate to.
Yeah, Pride Raiser.
I also want to mention Colin Martin put out a tweet that if you donate to Playing for Pride, which is different than the Pride Raiser, if you donate to Playing for Pride and tag him in your donation, like tag him on Twitter, you can get entered into win a game worn kit from Colin Martin.
Oh, wow.
Now, I putting that out there because I donated. I was thinking about like not telling people, but also in Playing for Pride, Kyle Adams is one of the players who is like actually doing like being he's a one of the people who's having a fundraiser. So you can donate to Kyle Adams' fundraiser for Playing for Pride and tag Colin Martin in your donation to be entered in to win a Colin Martin game worn jersey, which I will not fit in. And so you can kind of get like a double whammy to help out two phenomenal San Diego Loyal players. There is his thing. Donations are going directly towards fighting the wave of new anti-LGBTQ plus legislation. So get out there, make your dollars count. I know a lot of people did the Pride Raiser, which is great. I'm doing that too. Thanks to Alex Morgan for costing me lots of money. Thank you for San Diego Loyal for pulling $10 out of my pocket for the last match. So I was actually kind of celebrating Kyle Vassell. No, I'm just kidding. So there's lots of ways to get involved in the community. I just wanted to highlight that one because I know Kyle Adams just put that out, or Colin Martin just put that out. Kyle Adams retweeted it. So there's opportunities for you to donate to your community.
And especially in days like these, because, man, do civil liberties feel not like, human rights anymore? It's the greatest country to live in, Alan, but Sometimes they
Is
test
it
me.
though?
Sometimes they test me, Alan.
Is
And
it though?
just do what you can. Do what you can. Do as much as you can, and help as many people as you can. And that's thank you for doing that, Alan. And,
California should be its own country.
what? It's the 13th largest economy. It has a bigger economy than France. So
Yeah.
Fifth.
Fifth, yeah.
Fifth.
But I love both of you guys. Thank you for the work
Oh.
that you do. And we will see you, at least one of you, Wednesday.
At least one
Chiva,
of
if you
us.
show up, I will be ecstatic. If you don't show up, I'll know that you're having a
I will
great
be
time.
ecstatic. No. All right, Alan.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. Gotta handle this guy now.
Handle. I have
Handle.
handles. Going back to a couple of these comments, just because I do not want them to go away.
I will do
Shout out to
what
everybody in the chat.
says. Whoever says the most. Should I go to the game on Wednesday or should I go to my soccer game on Wednesday? If you guys say I go to the Loyal game, I'll go to the Loyal game. If you guys say go to my game, I will go to my game. If I go to my game, I promise you guys I will score a goal.
Procrastinating
Comment in the
Puma.
chat. Comment in the chat.
Missing Tony at a Loyal match would be like missing Mark Grant at a Padre game. How could you miss the round mounds of sound? Good,
Wow.
very, very high praise. Really
Yeah.
appreciate that. Syria says, "Hey, I know Chiva.
Ah.
Syria Blanco.
She is my friend's younger sister. She's actually really good at playing soccer. She has been called up to the Mexican national team,
Oh,
like
wow.
younger academies.
Oh wow.
I think the under 16, under 17 maybe. I know she
Local.
is recovering from an injury as well right now.
Mhm.
So go to your game, Chiva. Chiva, Abu Eastlake. Hey, loyal game. Chiva can't get recognized if he doesn't show up. Loyal it is. That is true.
Loyal. Let's see. We got Danny saying loyal. We got Abel saying loyal. Syria, go to your game, Chiva. See, Syria's all about the game.
She's about playing the game,
About
yeah,
the love of
so.
the game, and I can't. I have to respect that.
For sure.
Boo Eastlake from 619 Soccer. Vato,
619 Soccer
you're
just
a
stays
hater,
hating, bro.
You're a hater sometimes.
Stay hating,
We
bro.
love you.
Come
We
on.
love you, but like, Vato.
Show a little love, man.
Chiva can't get recognized.
Yeah, if I don't show up. So that's a really good point too.
Very, very. That's valid. That's why I mean, you're Mr. Actually, you're saying like I do more vlogs than you do.
Yeah.
I do more videos than you do at Loyal.
Statistically, that is true.
But yeah, so also fun this weekend.
I will make a Twitter announcement of where I'm going.
I
My next move.
would like to announce today.
Oh, man.
I will be going to the Loyal game.
There was no wave game, Tony.
There was no wave game, but there is.
But there is
but
San Diego Wave News, right?
God damn it! No, God damn it! There are waves being made. So we'll mention it real quick with the San Diego Wave players in the national team. So you have a bunch of teams. Yes, you have a bunch of teams. You have a good handful of players for San Diego Wave that are in international duty. Sheridan, you have Morgan, you have first time call-up for Korniak, who has been playing really, really, really well. Arguably one of, if not, I say sometimes the best player. Like that's obviously everybody's afraid of Morgan. She has her reputation, but like. That's that, sometimes you look at Mario and you're like, I could take him, but then boom, Luigi comes this way, like Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. Like, there's always like a Banjo and Kazooie type of thing. Like, do you get the Banjo and Kazooie? Do you get the reference?
Yes, I do.
Okay. But Korniak getting herself a goal, obviously, just she's having a great month. And they play the U.S. women's national team against Colombia on the road to the World Cup 2023. And getting herself assisted by Megan Rapinoe, who she just played against. They just played against. So
it's honestly amazing.
And
shout out to this commentator for just
for commentators just are
do better, guys.
Do better.
Do better. How do you miss Korniak to Alex Morgan here? Like,
sending one in. It's headed.
Morgan. Like,
she's like a foot taller than Morgan. like Megan Rapinoe has never been held higher. But Taylor Korniak getting her first goal in this 3-0 effort against Colombia. It's pretty cool. Like we were mentioning, Alan was actually mentioning too. Like it was it's cool to see San Diego in the highlights, like something tied with San Diego,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
San Diego Wave players. You know, obviously she's not hometown, but like San Diego Wave players, San Diego this, San Diego, like San Diego's being
It's-
put on the map.
It's
into
like going your
soccer-wise.
first national team cap.
¿Sabes qué, vato?
Like it's a dream for like. It doesn't get better than that. You score in your debut. Like
if we're talking about, again, purely on the views, purely on everything, like when we put San Diego Wave content, it does get so many
like-
more clicks and
dude,
views.
like
Not
10,
that we're
literally 10 times
10
better.
times better than San Diego Loyal. We'll still keep doing San Diego Loyal everything.
Because we love it.
But again, this is the journey, and part of the journey is going to be doing as much as we can and using our platform and rising our platform and our rising our star is going to rise. But yeah, that's really
Running is
cool
a
what's
beast.
happening here in San Diego. So
Cheat the bass.
congratulations, Korniak. We have some.
Okay, invite me to a San Diego. No, so I told your brother and that we had tickets to give out, and told him to tell you, and then he told me that you had plans. So
Wow.
sorry.
I know Jason appreciates the way it's Korniak plays. I'd be serious King Korniak in real life. She's almost my height. Scarlett injured, or she'd be in the tournament for Mexico. Afmir, ¿qué onda? Afmir let us know that San Diego Loyal, Landon and Andrew Vasiliades paid for a Chicago team
Yes.
from the Midwest to come over to play in a tournament here in San Diego. So
Awesome.
wanted to highlight
Class
that.
act, man.
And I think Afmir was the one that put those two worlds together. So shout out to them doing all that right stuff.
Afmir, San Diego misses you, man.
Yeah.
San Diego really misses you. Your presence is missed at Torero. We gotta see that tattoo more often. No, nobody. I think Afmir's the only loyal tattoo I've seen, and then anything other than that related, it's Chavos, by
Gritty
Jesse,
for
and
Wave.
Grady for Wave.
Yeah.
Die hard fans, man.
Die hard
I
fans.
love it.
That's what you get. We met Omar Bravo and Sean Merriman
That's
all
wild.
in one day, in a couple of hours. So you told me about this. My girlfriend told me about this because she wanted to get the raffles
Yeah.
that the radio stations were doing there. So, you know, fair play. Like, that's great. But
Wait, the team of the team of me over there is Rockford Raptors.
Rockford Raptors, rare.
Did you say wow?
Rare.
Have you seen the new Jurassic World?
I'm sorry, I don't watch crap.
Yeah, no, don't watch it. It's terrible.
I don't.
It was terrible.
Yeah. If Shiva doesn't show up to the loyal game, we will replace him. I mean,
Not with that torn ACL.
yo.
I'm sorry.
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Your brother said you had plans. He says your brother said that you couldn't hobble over.
It's all jokes. It's all jokes here.
Yeah.
I mean, no, she's 10 times better than me playing soccer.
Yeah,
Like she's
better than
actually
you
really
and all
good.
your friends. put
I think
together.
her mom had posted a video when she was like in 6th grade on Facebook, just juggling the ball, and it was like 100 and something like in a row. Like
Oh, wow.
at 6th grader.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like she's good.
I could do that.
Wow, she said, "Wow, Chiva."
I could do that. Anyway,
Ow, ow.
so there was this event at WSS, a shoe store here in Chula Vista.
That was here before.
It was already opened, but they had a grand opening event.
And it was open a couple years ago, and then they had to close down.
Yeah,
and
all
they
the rats.
started this one. It's
Um,
been open for a couple months
Yeah,
already.
it's been for a couple months, but they had a grand opening for some reason. And they are welcoming the great Sean Merriman and Chiva legend Omarcito Bravo. So we heard about it because of Omar Bravo. And so we're like, oh, that's cool. We're going to show up and we're going to meet Omar Bravo. And obviously Omar Bravo, for those of you that don't know, is Chivas, the best team in Mexico.
All-time leading scorer for Chivas.
All-time leading scorer.
Like this guy is a Mexico and Chivas legend. Like this guy has scored in a World Cup for Mexico
He also
twice in a game.
falló penal contra Portugal.
Yep.
But
But he's just
he's like
header-wise, he was amazing.
Legendary status. It was just like one of those players that.
Like, oh man, we got to meet a legend, dude.
Omarcito. Like, he scored this goal that I'm going to put some audio to. Ugh.
Why was this not Pedro Bermudez?
I know. No.
Or Martinoli.
Nope. Now I'm gonna look for it. Omar Bravo gol Iran. This one.
No, it's the same one. And this guy's been around for a while. But yeah, Omar Bravo, the other dude, greater than the other dude.
Oh, I hate this.
It's all good, dude. Termination. Well, you look for that. I don't know about Mexican legend, but Chivas, yeah. Okay, dude, still, if you score in a World Cup, like, you're a Mexican legend, bro. With Chivas, when
If you're reading the comments, read them
Solos
all.
beat the with Chivas, when Cholos beat the shit out of them every game. Oh, yeah, so éramos los hijos de Cholos for sure. But anyways, you can't find it?
No, yeah, no. I was just like, wow. I was trying to follow the train of thought, and that hurt my brain. Anyway, so we were going to meet this guy, and apparently they had dual events because they're like, the event starts at 10 a.m. So we're like, cool. I'm going to be there at 6 a.m. because I want to be first, in, out, and all that. I myself am an expert at waiting in line first. Just to give everybody context, I was that person for multiple movies, Deathly Hallows Part 1, Deathly Hallows Part 2. Most importantly and most regrettably, the Man of Steel premiere. I was there at 10 a.m. for a midnight premiere at Plaza Bonita, sitting and waiting. First in line. So I'm quite an expert in doing this. You went partying after the San Diego Loyal game.
Yeah.
You just went over and, just money guns and stuff. Like, you had a wild time. And I woke your ass up at 6 and we stood in line.
Oh, man. Yeah,
and then
I was
we're
dead,
like, okay,
bro.
6, it's just 4 hours. It's just 4 hours. And then there was another dude. So we ended up being, there was 2 dudes there before.
So we're third in
We
line.
got there at like 6:30. There were 1, 2, and then me, and then you.
Yeah.
So 3 and 4. The first dude came from Murrieta and was like missing some, like, the birth of his daughter or something.
Yeah,
like some wild
like,
event.
he had like
that.
something with his daughter, right?
And the second guy came all the way from Ensenada.
Like at
just to
3
be there,
a.m.
Like at 3 a.m. Obviously leaving Ensenada at 3 a.m. to get here. And then you, who lives a block away, me, who lives like a freeway exit away. So, cool. And then the WSS staff is coming in. They're putting all this stuff, setting up for a little mini carnival.
You went home for something.
I went home for the laptop to edit the vlog, which didn't end up happening. But
So while you're over
Henry
there,
got you a chair.
Yeah, I got a chair. So while you're over there, the staff goes in and puts a paper on the wall with tape. It's the schedule of the event.
Yeah.
It's at 10 a.m. Event starts. 11 to 1 p.m. Autograph signing Sean Merriman.
And so, like, I heard Sean Merriman was going to be there, so I'm like, okay, that's odd. That's cool. So, like, how are they going to do this? Turns out, yes, the event starts at 10. First 200 people get a mystery gift card for this shoe store. And did we make it? No, we didn't. I was like, did we make it? Anyway.
But yeah, our gift cards ended up being $10 each, which
Yeah, the first guy got
$100.
Second guy got $10. You had to spend $35 to get a VIP bracelet to be first. So I'm
pretty
like,
much to guarantee a
to guarantee a
picture.
meeting, I'm like,
and
might
a
as
meeting.
well. I'm gonna be here.
I
They're
bought
gonna
some
give
dope
us.
shoes.
They're gonna give us a mystery gift card. So I'm like, I'm over here breaking the rules. Or I'm just like, okay, legally they say on the rules that you have to spend $35, but it doesn't say you can't use the gift card that they give you in that purchase. So therefore, I'm gonna wait for that gift card, use the gift card for that $35. Long story short, Omar Bravo was at 1 p.m. So
Yeah, and we were there since 6:30.
since 6:30.
It's about 7 hours, 7-8 hours.
And then we ended up spending enough money to get 2 bracelets because we spent $35. $35. That's 2 bracelets. So
So we got to
might as
see
well.
Sean
So I'm like,
Merriman.
might as well. Like, that's me, Sean Merriman. Like, let's go. I was a little bit more pumped than you were. Obviously, you have no regards for Sean Merriman whatsoever.
yeah.
Like, this is Sean. This is Sean Merriman.
He was super dope though, super dope. And he said, "You guys need to have me on." And
Yeah, well, we have the video proof, and he gave us a shout out, and so that was dope. And so but before that, we got our bracelets at 10 a.m. to meet him. When we were first and second in line, like
Sean
I was
Merriman,
the first dude to talk to Sean Merriman that morning. He was coming in. I said good morning to him. I was like, "Hey, good morning." Cool, dude. Dude got there an hour early before he had to be there. So professional. The second dude that was there from Ensenada bought over $100 worth of shoes
And he just dipped.
And he just left. He was like, "Oh, I'm just here for the shoes," and he left. He got a $10 gift card. I would have been
That dude,
so
I don't
upset.
know, dude. Like that was like he wanted to meet Omar Bravo too, and then this dude just wanted to dip, and he just left, right?
He literally just left. Anyway, met Sean Merriman, cool dude, and probably will. Hopefully, he sounded. Look, let's do it right now. Let's do that right now, Chiva.
Message him.
Let's message. This is
Not
mine.
dope at all. He's a traitor. How Sean Merriman's a traitor?
Anybody who supports the LA Chargers is a traitor. It's including LaDainian Tomlinson. Close. ¿Cómo se llama?
¿Cómo se llama? Sean Merriman.
Where is he?
Sean Mendes. You gotta look up. No, you gotta look up the last name.
Merriman.
He's not that famous, dude. He's not gonna come out like that.
Sean Merriman.
No results found.
Am I nuts? Merriman Instagram. Sean Merriman Instagram.
You misspelled Sean.
I didn't even put Sean. All right.
The first time.
First, let's
follow him.
Follow. All right, let's take this off of here. Hey, Sean, big
He's
fan.
a sellout. That's what Amir's saying.
Hey guys, we're trying to get Sean on the show. Like I love it. I feel I'm very similar.
Sean Merriman is a class act of Amir. I don't know.
How many followers does he have?
628,000.
All right. So Sean Merriman, 628,000. Let's write him a message.
I'm down to have Sean Merriman on the show.
Ready?
That'd be great.
All right, let's message him.
Hey, Scooter.
How are we gonna start this?
You're the man of the words.
All right.
Tell me. How should we start this, guys? Hey, Mr. Sellout.
He's a sellout.
All right, can't watch this no more.
Hey,
sorry, Amir.
it is what it is. He's gonna get us a press pass to the Super Bowl. Like bigger picture out from here.
Later, Amir. That's why I'm
Hey
a Rams
there.
fan.
Nope. Sup?
Sup, bro? How should we start this, guys?
Hey there. Sean with a W, comma.
We met you at the
We were the first in line
at the WSS
at the WSS
meet and greet
meet and greet
in San Diego.
in Chula Vista. He knows San Diego.
Yeah.
He knows San Diego. He has to know Chula Vista.
Vista.
You gave us a dope shout out and mentioned hitting you up through the DMs.
Yeah. Yep. That's what he said.
Try to get you on the show.
Yep.
How? No. This is legitimately what I do and have done to San Diego Loyal to anybody who I've ever emailed. This is this process right now.
I think if you feel like by this
How
time we should have a
can
copy and
we
paste
make-
message.
Yeah, we should. How can we make this? No.
We're gonna have to come up with a template, just copy and paste and fill in names.
Let
When I try to
us
do this, I try
know
to message
how
who was
to-
it? Scooter Magruder, who's he's an influencer. He does content creation for spell check. He does content creation for like football and stuff like that. And Scooter's not his name, guys. And my dumbass goes, "Hey, Scooter," on the email. Never heard back from him.
Never did.
Wonder why. Wonder if we would email him again. Feels like a work email. It is a work email, bro. Like, what do you expect? So 6 months, you want me to be like, "Hey, Sean, come join us on the pod now." Oh, you're that blind.
Hey, shut up. Hey there, Sean. We were the first line of the WSS meet and greet in Chula Vista. You gave us a dope shout out and mentioned hitting you up through the DMs to try to get you on the show. Let us know how to help make this happen, comma. Thank you.
Awesome. Click send.
All right, Sean. Ball's in your court.
Said, ask him if Scott Capelin can be on the interview.
Trader City. Yes, it does feel like a work email. All right. Well, that was cool. Anyway, so we were gonna
Imagine
meet
he just messages back right now.
we were gonna meet. That'd be dope. We were gonna meet Omar Bravo. And we met him. Got a signature. Got an autograph. That was dope.
We were going to
gonna
get
get
a
a
video shout out,
Hola, ¿qué tal?
and the lady that was holding the camera and
¿Qué tal?
just
Soy Omar Bravo. Estás viendo tú, Vals, y a Mike.
that would have been sick.
Así. But the handler was like not the nicest person. But yeah. So hey, Scooter. Maybe because his name is the Scooter. Yes, Syria.
Yes, that's
Absolutely.
exactly why.
Absolutely.
So, anyways, Omar Bravo is gonna give us a shout out, and the lady holding the camera just says, "Only pictures, and he was ready.
So in the personal group chats, Adrian, that's what like this whole thing was about. Like if we get him, is like are Tila Tequila questions off the table. That was a huge part of pop culture growing up. Was wow, Sean Merriman and MySpace legend Tila Tequila are now dating. Will he see this, Sean Merriman? Will he respond? He said the best way to do it was to DM him.
Yeah,
So
so
balls in your
We'll
court,
see.
buddy.
we'll see. But yeah, Omar Bravo couldn't get us a shout out because the lady just didn't hit freaking record on the camera because she wouldn't want to, and
Yeah, she just was a wicked whomping willow.
yep. In other news, big news coming from the MLS because that's really the only soccer happening right now.
Chiellini is joining LAFC.
Gareth Bale is joining LAFC.
And a bunch of unknowns are joining LigaMX. MLS is passing LigaMX.
Not a bunch of unknowns. Okay, Nestor Araujo came back to America.
Who?
Jurgen Damm came back to America.
You're comparing Jurgen Damm
Orbelin
with
Pineda
Gareth Bale.
maybe will go back to Chivas.
Current Champions League winner, Gareth Bale.
I know. It's wild. What does this mean for MLS? Do you think this helps MLS surpass what Liga MX has done over the last years as well?
Yeah, I mean,
Like, let's look back in the last, 10 years. Last 10 years. Is MLS greater than the Mexican League at the moment?
I guess competition-wise, no, not really. There has been major competitions between the two
Yeah.
leagues, and it's been pretty even, but Mexico usually wins those at least.
The Conca Champions, you mean?
Coca Champions and stuff, and so that's
Cabecita also went to America.
good,
Yes.
but like the amount of talent that's about and money that's about to flood the MLS going into the 2026 World Cup is just insane. I think everybody's
Yeah.
just kind of starting to cement and put their little hooks in where they can. Messi's coming over already. You have Gareth Bale, who I mean, he may not be able to play for Real Madrid, current defending La Liga champions and Champions League winners, but I'm pretty sure he's still pretty good, right? Enough to destroy San Diego Loyal in the Open Cup next year, that's a
And the thing is,
possibility.
it's not like him and Chiellini are earning that like Vegas. Carlos Vela is
Yeah.
making more money than them.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
it's really they're not coming over here to just
Make the money.
make the money.
It's
They're
not a-
honestly, I think Gareth Bale mentioned that he just loves coming to LA and he likes vacationing here. And
He's going to be playing at Torrey Pines. So the chance of running into Gareth Bale compared to before he was in LAFC have gone up substantially.
yeah,
Because Torrey Pines is one of the best golf courses. Sean Merriman didn't respond. But yeah, no. So that's crazy. But the thing about that is, people were saying, "Oh, it's like when David Beckham joined." Like, yeah, but David Beckham was already like more out than in because he couldn't. He was good for PSG, but it wasn't David Beckham. By the time he came over, or was that after? Did he go to PSG after League?
it was after. Yeah,
After,
because he
okay.
retired in PSG.
He did retire in PSG. But I mean, even
It's like
then, it's just
Nani,
like
Nani came and he's still kind of
Steven Gerrard, like compared to Steven Gerrard,
Frank Lampard.
Frank Lampard, Bastian Schweinsteiger,
They're ya
like
están medio acabados, ¿no?
Chiellini, I think still has a lot to offer. Gareth Bale still has a lot to offer, but I don't know. It's wild.
I mean, Gareth Bale is what 30 what 32? Yeah, he's 32. Like,
Yeah, bro. Hazard is like 30, and they're still like, he might come back.
no, but I'm saying Bale physically, he's still in great shape, and it's just like compared to what like you were saying, Bastian Schweinsteiger, Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard,
Acabado,
like,
they were done.
this guy's. I mean, I expect him to kind of tear things up, right? Insigne also coming. Was it to Toronto?
Toronto, yeah.
So MLS is filling up talent that is not quite done yet with their careers, right? So
For Liga MX,
for Liga MX,
it's not gonna be good.
I mean, what was the last great talent that Liga MX brought like that?
Gignac.
Ronaldinho.
Gignac?
But was he that well known like Insigne
No.
and Gareth Bale?
No. But
That's what I'm
even-
saying. The last one was Ronaldinho, and Ronaldinho was already like, pretty much done.
He was already playing charity matches.
He was walking on the field and still scoring goals, but
Still amazing. He actually scored a goal not too long ago in another charity match. He's still doing pretty good. But yeah, that's kind of what we have. You wanted to preview, I guess, a little bit of Liga MX or
the season starts this weekend.
this weekend?
It starts on Friday. The first game of the season is going to be Necaxa against Toluca. Then you have at 7 p.m. Mazatlan versus Puebla. It's going to be exciting, at least for what some teams are going to do. Atlas could be the first team to win a tricampeonato.
Are they that good? Like, I mean, obviously
I think so. Like they lost to Cruz Azul in the Super Campeones or Campeón de Campeones in penalties, but Atlas are still a team that can really just make an impact and go for another championship. They have that talent still. They really didn't let go of like a lot of players. America's also gonna look scary with the reinforcements they made. Chivas, on the other hand, is gonna be a project with Cadena and a lot of youngsters players. They got Alan Mozo, so they have the right back position kind of solidified, which is something that they've been missing for a long time. I don't know what to expect from Chivas. I still think they're going to make playoffs. Will they go for a championship run? It all depends on how the kids are playing, right, and how the Cadena just handles everything. But other big teams, America, like I said, Pachuca is a team to watch out for. They had a good run. They have a lot of young talent. Kevin Alvarez is phenomenal. I would not be surprised if you see Kevin Alvarez in the World Cup lineup. Like, not the starting lineup, but if you see him called up. By the way, you get to call up 26 players now for the World Cup. Not 23 anymore. You get 26. So that way Mexico can also call Gallardo. Sean Merriman has not responded, guys. But now Mexico can call up Gallardo, Moreno, and Henry Martin. So, but yeah, that's kind of like Liga MX for you guys. If you guys should definitely give it a watch. It's a lot of fun to watch. And vamos Chivas.
Check out our friend Cesar H. Football on Twitter for good insight onto Liga MX and good quality content like that in English as well. So check them out.
619 Soccer says react to their Edison Flores announcement video. I don't know. Should we just look up Edison Flores? For Atlas? Maybe in their social media? Twitter?
Okay. Definitely not Atlas. That is. A ver. Okay.
Where do we find this video, 619 Soccer?
Este?
I don't know. Maybe that one? Oh, let's watch that one. Why not? Aventuras del Utilero. I feel like this is right down your alley.
I don't think that this is it.
I don't think it's it either.
So I'm gonna stop us right there.
Who is Tony's Liga MX team? It's Chivas.
Chivas?
Yeah, Tony's a big Chivas fan.
Chivas. I've fallen off from following Liga MX in general. So,
This is your chance to get back into it, Tony. Come on, guys. Convince Tony to get back into Liga MX. At least to watch Chivas game. Tony will watch maybe, like as many Chivas. And how many? Nah, there's Spanish one. We'll see it later. Maybe once the episode's over.
oh, is it right? is gonna be it.
No, it's Manotas.
Oh, he went over from Cholos.
Yeah, probably. Because the Manotas from
Come on,
Cholos, right?
hey, come on now.
I don't follow Cholos that much.
LigaMX expert
I don't
here.
follow Cholos that much.
All right, well.
So the thing with Cholos is they change their rosters every season so much.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But I think that's where we're gonna kind of wrap things up for the episode, right? Oh wow, man, that was loud.
I think so. So
Thank you guys for watching this episode. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Check out the link. 2 balls 20 for Calafino Tequila. Get 20% off and catch us at the Loyal game this Wednesday against Orange County. We'll be there. Say hi to me. Don't say hi to Tony. Make him feel bad now. Thank you guys for watching.
Be good people out there.
Later, guys.